Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It has been forever since I uploaded a video. I haven't uploaded since February, and these last couple months, March and April especially, have been super crazy. So I decided to film an updates video and let you guys know where I've been, what all has been going on. A lot has happened. I made little note cards, as you guys can see, and this one is front and back and this one is just front, of just things that have happened in the last couple of months and things I wanted to update you guys on and all that. So I am back to filming videos. I am actually filming a video and uploading it tomorrow about The Voice and Dancing with the Stars finale that is this week. So that will be coming next. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and jump right into this updates video and tell you guys a little bit about where I've been. Like I said, the last time I uploaded a video, it was on the 28th of February, and it is now May 21st, so it's been quite a little bit. So one of the first things that happened in March was on March 8th, I got myself a vehicle, which if you guys follow my vlog channel, you already saw kind of a little car tour. It's nothing special, but it gets me around and does the job. And I really like my little car. It's done really well the past couple months, and it still has a little bit of work that needs to be done, but nothing major. But yeah, I did finally get me a vehicle again. That was on the 8th is when I went and got my vehicle. On the 9th/the 10th is kind of when I celebrated my 6 months of being clean of self-harm. And yeah, I posted on Instagram about that if you guys saw it. I just kind of hung out at the lake, and that was kind of like a big milestone for me. And I just had a really fun day hanging out with myself and enjoying the beautiful town that I live in and just kind of admiring the nature that's around me and admiring life, and it was just a very fun day. So that was kind of a big moment in my life. Then I did take a trip to Washington DC with my cousin Sam. We had like a little girls road trip. She had to take her son to the airport, so on March 15th is when we went and took him to the airport, and we had kind of a girls trip, which I did vlog as well. I keep up a lot more on my vlog channel than I do on this channel, so if you guys haven't already subscribed to that, I really suggest it, because like I said, I keep up to date more on that channel than I do here, because vlogs are easier to film than these sit down videos, and I don't always have time for these sit down videos. So yeah, we kind of had a girls date. And then on March 19th, which is kind of a funny story, I went and saw Beauty and the Beast because it came out, and I took one of my friends with me and we went and saw it together. It was really fun. It's a really good movie. It had just came out that weekend, I believe. And then of course, me being me, I left my lights on while we were in the movie and came out to a dead battery. So that was fun. Yeah, we had to get somebody to jumpstart my car, and then when we finally did get it jump started, I sat there and waited for a good 10-15 minutes to let the battery charge back up, and then we started driving down the road. And while I was driving down the road, in the middle of like a main road, my car shut off again, like the battery shut off, so I had to pull the wrong way going up a bank entrance. Instead of going, like, you know, there's two bank entrances and it goes up and around. Well, I had already passed the first one and I had to pull into the second one, and it was late at night so nobody was there, but a cop came up behind me and asked me what was going on, and yeah, it was just a big mess. But I got my car started again after it shut off on me the second time, and we eventually made it home, but it was just kind of a crazy situation. After that, I started having a lot of neck pain, and I went to my family doctor on the 24th of March, and I had her check it, and she said that my lymph nodes were swollen, and also she wanted to check my thyroid to make sure it was okay. So she gave me antibiotics for the swollen lymph nodes and hoped that that would make it go away, hoped that it was just some kind of infection or whatever. She also, I believe, did a strep test and like other tests that have to do with like throat stuff. After that appointment, I was kind of really upset. I was really scared that something was going to be wrong with my thyroid, which it's not really the end of the world. It was just kind of scary at the time because I have family members that have problems with their thyroid, and I know it can be just like a hassle, and I didn't want to have to deal with it, so I was kind of upset. So that weekend, the 25th and 26th, I believe, I went to my old college and hung out with all my friends, and I did also vlog that, so if you want, you can go watch that on my vlog channel. But yeah, we had just a blast, and it was exactly what I needed. I got to hang out with my girls again, and I just really miss them. I try and go see them as often as I can. I haven't really had a vehicle, so I haven't been able to see them for quite a long time, but I did go see them the weekend of the 26th after my doctor's appointment, and we had just a blast. It was so much fun, and I miss them. I would be going to go see them this summer, but they are not in college for summer, obviously. They are all like spread out and went home for the summer, so I will definitely try and go see them in the fall time when they come back, and we'll have more memories. But then on the 28th of March, I had a ultrasound on my thyroid. Like I said, that is the date she scheduled it for. They couldn't get me a same date type thing, so I had to wait. My appointment was on a Friday with my family doctor, and my ultrasound was on a Tuesday, I believe. So I had to wait a couple days to have it scheduled, but they did the ultrasound. They found out that I do have vitamin D deficiency in my blood, and also I'm anemic, which I already knew, and also I have 2 cysts in my neck and also swollen lymph nodes. So they told me that they weren't really big enough to cause any harm, and that they didn't see any measures that they needed to take, and that she wanted me to continue taking the antibiotics to see if that made the lymph nodes go down and all that kind of stuff. So they basically said nothing is wrong other than you have 2 cysts in your neck, and they're not big enough to cause any harm. They're very, very small. So just continue taking the antibiotics, and if they don't help after a couple weeks, come back and we'll figure it out. So went on with my business. I still was having a lot of neck pain. It's actually been hurting me on and off for like a year now, and last year when I had my gallbladder issues, they tested it then. They tested it back in September when I was having throat issues, and it's been tested multiple times. They just don't know exactly what is happening and why my lymph nodes won't go down. But anyways, that's a different story. So at this time, there was nothing seriously wrong. They don't know what was causing it. Went on with my business and listened to my doctor. So this is not a super huge update. Neither is a lot of these updates. These are just things that have happened in the last couple months that I wanted to update you on. But on April 2nd, for all my country music fans out there, my favorite album, probably of all time, The Weight of These Wings by Miranda Lambert, won Album of the Year. So that was pretty exciting, and again, not a super huge update. Doesn't really affect me personally, but it was just a super cool thing that happened in April. So since I'm updating you guys, I thought I'd update you guys on the little stuff and also the big stuff too. And on April 8th was my brother's junior prom and his girlfriend's senior prom. So we went to that. I will insert a picture here somewhere of us, or you might have seen it on Instagram as well. My baby brother is about to turn 18 in December. He's a junior, getting ready to be a senior next year, and it blows my mind. And then about a week after my brother's prom, I started having some really, really weird symptoms. I started getting really, really bad migraines, really bad neck pain. And my face over here, like my cheek, started to kind of go numb a little bit. I couldn't really feel it. It just felt really weird. It wasn't like completely numb. I could still feel some feeling. It just felt really, really weird. So I ended up going to the ER on the 14th of April, and they diagnosed me with, which I still have the paperwork. This right here is the paper of what they sent me home with on the 14th. I will also insert a little text thing of the official diagnosis, and they sent me home with a bunch of paperwork about this cervical adenitis, I believe is how you say it. That could be completely wrong, but that is what they sent me home paperwork for, and the official diagnosis is cervical lymphadenopathy. I don't know how to say that, but I will insert it here so you guys can read it. And yeah, that was my official diagnosis. At this time, they sent me home with, I believe, another antibiotic, and that was it. That was on the 14th, and of course, like I said, they gave me antibiotics, sent me home once again, and 2 days later, on Easter, which was the 16th of April, I got completely worse after that. The antibiotic did not help, and a matter of fact, I think it made it worse. Because, like, instead of just, like, this little section of my face going numb, the entire left side of my face went numb, including my lips on this side. Like, it was, like, straight down the middle. Like, this whole side of my face was numb, and then the whole right side was completely fine, and it was so weird and uncomfortable and made me very, very nervous. I thought I was having a stroke or something. Just everything seemed to get so much worse. The headaches were way worse. I was almost in tears because it just hurt so bad, and they also didn't give me any pain medicine. They just gave me antibiotics. So the pain got really, really bad, and on the 16th, 2 days later, I went back to the doctor. Went back to the ER. Then they did a CAT scan. They did a CAT scan both times, but they did 2 different types of CAT scan. The first time I had to have dye put into my veins and like went up my neck. The second time they just did a head CT instead of just neck and head. Anyways, it was a lot of tests, a lot of stuff was run. The diagnosis says migraine with aura and status migrainosus and facial paresthesia. So yeah, that is what they diagnosed me with at this time. And so that was my official diagnosis. They wanted to do an MRI, but my insurance wouldn't approve it for that night. So she told me to go to my family doctor and have my family doctor talk to insurance and try and get an MRI. Yada yada yada. That night they sent me home with a pain pill that was specific for migraines. Also, they sent me home with Zofran, which is an anti-nausea pill that you let soak on your tongue, yada yada yada. I'm sure many of you guys know what Zofran is, but they also sent me home with a neurologist to call and contact and try and get in with. I did call them, and my appointment actually wasn't until the end of May, which I didn't end up going to. It was a couple days ago. But I did call the neurologist on April 17th, which was a Monday, and they told me they couldn't get me in until the end of May, and so I scheduled the appointment, but I didn't end up going to it. Also, during this time, my little cousin Jessa was diagnosed with leukemia. She was diagnosed on April 11th, I believe was the date, so, and she had very similar symptoms to me, so it was very kind of scary, and you know, it was just kind of a weird situation. Me and my cousin were talking back and forth. Jess's mom were talking back and forth on Facebook, and she said, make sure they test this, make sure they test that. So, anyways, it was just a very, very scary situation. On the 21st of April, I had an appointment with my family doctor. At that time, she ran an x-ray, told me that she was still working on getting an MRI approved, but she did get to do an x-ray. Everything came back on the x-ray completely fine. She kind of assumed at that point that it was a pinched nerve, but of course, with my insurance not approving the MRI, we couldn't tell for sure if it was a pinched nerve or not, but she was determined to make an MRI happen. So I went home that day. I had my pain pills, I was on antibiotics still, and I was also taking Zofran as needed. There, things kind of got better slowly but surely. Migraines and the neck pain were the first to go away. The numbness didn't actually go away until about a week ago completely. It slowly went away, and then it would feel like it was coming back, and then it would go away again, and then it would come back, and it lasted for forever. But I went to my family doctor for my ER follow-up on a Friday. Over the weekend, I started having really, really, really bad ear pain in the same ear of this side. I went to my doctor again on Monday. Ended up being at the doctor like 4 times in a week. It was pretty crazy, but yeah, so I went back to my doctor on Monday the 24th, and I saw not my family doctor, but another doctor that was there that was available to see me, and she told me I had swimmer's ear in this ear. So basically I had so much things going on with this side of my face. She sent me home with antibiotic eardrops. I put them in, it eventually went away, yada yada yada. That's basically why I haven't been filming, because I have basically been sick for the past 2 months, or like in pain. And then on the 28th, I finally felt good enough to go out to Treasure Mountain Festival, which is a festival in my town. I also, again, vlogged a little bit of that. Very short vlog, but I did vlog a little bit. So you guys can go check that out. But I went to a Treasure Mountain Festival and walked around and saw my nieces and my little cousins be in the parade. So that was really cool. Basically, all my symptoms started originally in March, and the numbness started on April 14th, and finally on May 1st is when I started getting feeling back in my face. I started to feel like kind of like a human again. Eventually the numbness and all the pain did go away, and I am feeling pretty much back to normal now. I still have days where I have headaches or I don't feel good, but for the most part I am back to normal now, so that is really, really good. And I'm glad that they finally started going away. Like I said, I started to get feeling back on May 1st, but again, it kind of went away and then came back and then went away and came back, and it took a really, really long time, probably two and a half weeks, I want to say, of it going back and forth, that it actually went away, but it did eventually go away, so that's good. On May 5th was Loretta Lynn's stroke, which broke my heart. You guys know how much of a Loretta Lynn fan I am, and when I read that on Facebook, I literally just burst into tears. I was so sad. I want so many more years of her music and of her just beautiful spirit on earth, so I literally was so upset about that. But she is recovering very well. She's expected to make a full recovery. Yeah, that was a thing that happened, and again, not really directly affected me, or shouldn't directly affect me because she's a celebrity, but it did affect me, and probably more than it should, but I love Loretta. So on May 10th, I made the crazy decision to go off all my anxiety medicines, or like my daily medicines at least. I still have anxiety meds that I take as needed, or when I start to feel a little panicky or a little anxiety attack coming on, I still have those that I take as needed. But as far as my everyday medicines that I take, I have completely went off of them, so that's really, really good. I did have a couple little like withdrawal symptoms from them, because most of them I have been on since September, since when I was in the hospital. And so I've been on them for quite a while, and I decided to finally go off of them and kind of wean myself off of them. And the first couple days were really hard. Now I feel like I'm starting to get back to normal, and that things are doing really, really well. And I just feel better when I'm off of them. They kind of make me a little bit sick, and you know, chemicals in your body are not really good unless you really need them. And at this point in life, I feel like I don't really need them per se on an everyday basis. So yeah, that was very, very exciting for me too. And then of course, I'm sure most of you guys know, last weekend was Mother's Day, so I spent the day with my mom. It's kind of a crazy day. We were supposed to go to dinner, and then we didn't, and then we got into kind of a little like disagreement type thing. And yeah, so it's kind of crazy, kind of funny. But it was good, and yeah, so that's basically the long overdue, probably very, very long update. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'm sorry that I have been MIA a little bit. I want to get back to filming videos. Like I said, I'm filming a video right after this that will be up tomorrow about The Voice and Dancing with the Stars. And yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this. I also want to start my declutter series finally, and get rid of some of the stuff in my room, and just kind of do like a spring cleaning type thing. So that will be coming soon. And also, if you guys have any other videos you want me to do, please leave them down below, and I will try my best to do them. But yeah, this is my update. I am back, guys, and I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.